It's a great gift that you have given me, and that Mrs. Murphy is the one who creates all of these books and gives them physicality. And Mrs. Murphy, we thank you for this precious. All right. My little bit here is dedicated to all of you.
Robert, stand in front of the mic.
I am afraid of microphones. You'll forgive me, I hope. Well, I call upon Rilke's angel, and I call upon Lorca's duende from above and below. Let's close the circuit of this evening. The first two poems I'm going to read are two of my literary ancestors, one Emily Dickinson, the other William Bronk. We'll start. We'll see where it goes. Emily, in anticipation of her going home. You may know that before she died, one of her last messages was that she was going home. And one of the words in here that sounds like Leyden, Leyden jar is L-E-Y-D-E-N, Leyden jar, in an early battery or capacitator. Emily, in anticipation of her going home. Rain, after weeks of hot and dry, anticipation stood beneath night's heaving clouds. I stood to receive its pour. I stood while lightning blinded me. I stood a laden jar. Soft chains the water weighed me down in my old baptismal clothes. It rained as if to quench God's thirst, and then it rained some more, as if to ease my awe. And then it stopped, and then the dark like coming dawn grew bright, when with great reversal of fortune I saw with newborn eyes, dear Lord, the fireflies, O wild release beneath spring's thunder blows, sparks of the smithy's forge, or souls of the newly shod taken up in rapture into the heavenly house, waved to me and bade me enter from a million lighted doors, while all about me rang not victory's trumpet, not angelic bugles blow at aw's retreat and fading cannonades, but 1,000 wedding bells, and I in white aglow. This is Absence the Greater Presence. We have two people here who knew William Bronk for many years. Henry Weinfield and Paul Kleins. I got to know him the last year of his life. We had a very intense conversation, letters, and I made a pilgrimage to Hudson Falls. So this is a memorial poem to someone who became, in a very short time, my alma pater. And it's for William Bronk, great, wonderful poet, post-war poet. It's 1918, 1999. As Henry told me after he died, he is perfect now. Oh, build the valley, its want, if there be any want in a nature at once too near and too distant to be seen, is not the valley where your Hudson rows, slow oars, past your sleeping mill town without you. From where I stand looking as far as this light knows, the unseen world is a depthless plain beyond my window's reach, a double opacity, and by being night, the deeper pole. The mind with one eye on the weather cannot see through or into, the face in reflection more fully obscures. The house, always perilous, perched on the edge of a steep decline. Maybe the mice holding fort in the walls feel what we pretend not to, sure against knowing what truth there is to stand on. For all that I am uncertain, and faith am fool to believe, yet believe it there. But what do I know of a world where nothing is real? The unthinkable world you thought so. Oh, Bill, the house is locked, is double-bound in night and fog. And we are cold, grounded in a cloud. Nothing to hold on to, nothing to let go. The nap. It's one of those moments between waking and dreaming and not knowing exactly where you are. I spend most of my life. The nap. This afternoon luxury, I lay down in the shape of my body, in these clothes that no shape matters. I may have dreamed, but here brought back in time, turned out of sleep, the sun hung in the balance of its journey. 4 o'clock on the downward way to 5 could have been of a different light, but wasn't. That those birds in the pignut tree outside the bedroom window spoke without caring in what language I may have overheard was perhaps in retrospect an overhearing. The wind did its windy thing. I cannot explain how in the leaves there are semaphores of meaning, and I in no hurry to understand, or why the telling of this moment is my own to tell. Nothing happened. Nothing I can say of importance. Maybe a few walnuts fell onto the drive. I later found some there last year the same, along the gravel curb. Where once I sat in a dark time brooding, waited with the freightings of the world, and was of matters ruin, but out of ruin strayed, newborn and still shaky on the palings of its day. Stood up from the shadow, a fawn, light on dappled fur, and finding me of little interest, walked away.